In this video, I want to talk about the 7 keys to a successful rebrand. Myself and my team, we've walked many brands through a rebrand, and we found that there's some key elements. If you don't get this right, you're going to have some issues in the rebranding process, and it could take way longer than you planned. So number 1, this one seems simple, but we oftentimes see it again and again, is keep the decision-making group small. We even had a church, this was a great example one time, they wanted a rebrand, and they actually had the entire congregation vote on the new logo and colors and brand. You want to talk about a mess. It was crazy. You bring the whole church into that. There was so many different opinions. There was so much noise. Yeah, of course, this was years ago with us, and we would push back even more. We pushed back and told them, don't do it, don't do it. But let's just say that brand took a long time. So keep your core group small. Those decision makers, those that are making a decision of what the rebrand in the end, what your logo, your colors, your voice, your messaging, all of that, very tight, that group. Let them make the decision and then roll it out across your entire company or your organization. And of course, when the brand rolls out, that's the way you got to do it for success. Number 2, the main one out of all of this is number 2. The why matters. More than anything else is the why. You have to remind yourself of that as a team. You have to remind everyone all the stakeholders, all of your organization, anybody who's a part of your brand, you have to remember the why. Why are you rebranding? Now, this one is vital because it will lead to everything else you're going to do. All of the decisions you make, all of it are based on the why. It will guide everything you do in all of your decisions. So let me give you an example. We had a brand come to us, 60 years old. The founder now was in his 80s, and just amazing for us to be a part of this legacy brand and help them in the rebranding process. And the young generation now that were coming in and taking over the brand and the organization, they were so excited to bring fresh blood. And the why. Their why was to reach a younger generation. They wanted to reach a younger generation with their brand, and they knew the brand was struggling in this area. So what did they do? They came to us and we walked them through the process and we helped them navigate it. But the challenge is that each time we came to that place where looked like we were getting a step forward to get to the whole rebranding done, there was a challenge by the founder. He just couldn't accept whether it was, of course, the new logos and design and colors, and he was wrestling with letting go of the old brand as the founder. So how do we navigate this? Well, they told us, the why helped us navigate everything from there on out. So he agreed, we want to reach the young generation. Now his younger children and leaders who were running this legacy organization, they also wanted to reach the younger generation. So taking that why, we went to the college campuses and we brought video teams with us and we captured what does a young generation think about this brand. And they were giving us feedback live on the video. We're showing them the logos. What do you think without the name? What do you think of this brand? What are your thoughts? And they're just speaking out and telling us. And then we took the new branding that we wanted to do, options. What do you think of this? And they said, oh, we love that. Oh man, that's hot. Yeah. And they're just speaking right into it. And then we took the video back to the founder and said, this is your why. This is what you were looking for. And as he began to see it for himself, the very opinions and what the older generation thought, then he made the decision, you know what? That's it. He said, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this now to the team, the younger team, and go with the branding, go with the future and the mission. So he signed off on it, and we were able to rebrand the entire organization after 60 years. Massive change, massive transformation, and it took them to the next level. There was such excitement as they stepped out with this rebranding. We helped them launch it. But see, all of it was because of the why. So you've got to remember that in your rebranding process as well. You've got to remember to make sure that you're very solid on that why and just keep that a big part of everything that you do. Now, number 3, your target audience will also guide you. So Look at your target audience. Who do you want to reach in that why? And once you know them, go out. We always encourage our clients as we're walking through that process, go out and look at brands that are reaching them. Look at your target audience. What are they saying? What are they doing? What are the colors? What are the visuals? What are the aesthetics? And as they begin to look and they realize, okay, this is where we're at, this is where they're at, and they begin to start to realize we need to speak to them in the same manner. And so this is where it comes. Your target audience, number 3, will guide you. Number 4, branding is more than a logo. Everybody gets caught so many times thinking, oh yeah, rebrand, it's just a new logo, right? No. Hey, branding is who you're saying, your communications to the world, who you are. That's your brand. So it's everything you speak, from the logo to the colors to the messaging to your website, touching all of your collateral, everything within your brand. So when you come to this place in the branding process, realize it is more than a logo. And don't go out and get some cheap logo, or don't go out and do something that you'll regret, will rebrand your entire organization. Invest. Go out there and invest in a rebrand. Have someone walk you through the strategy. Have someone walk you through and visit each of these areas. What is your why? Who is your target? Who do you want to reach? Let's look at the visuals, look at the aesthetics, and bring to life this new brand for your mission and your why, to reach who you're called to reach and to impact them. Now, number 5, be futuristic. This is an interesting one because oftentimes we're taking a step up with our brand. We don't realize we haven't taken a full step up. I know that Wayne Gretzky, he used to say, hey, you got to go where the puck is going. You know, man, look into the future. If you're going to rebrand and you're going to bring your brand up and elevate it, don't just bring it up. Let's say that the last time you really rebranded and put some effort there was 20 years ago, and now you come out with a rebrand, you come out with a new website. I can't count the times I've had this happen. I'm talking to a new potential client and I'm on with them, and I look and I'm examining the brand, I'm examining the website and thinking, man, I know exactly what they need. I get on with a new client and I say, well, I can see I would recommend you get a new website and also to look at rebrand. Oh, we just rebranded, 2 years ago, and we just launched a new website a year ago. And I think, whoa, you just advanced yourself to 10 years ago or 5 years ago. The style has already passed. Your brand is already irrelevant. And it's sad. And then I talk to some of the stakeholders like, oh, well, you should have seen where we were before. So don't just step up right into the now, but also to look ahead, that there's some time. Be futuristic. Make sure your brand just isn't on with just the trends now, but it's the future of where you're going. Where's the puck going? Where's your brand going? Where are you taking it? Where are you going over the next decade? That's where we want to look. That's where we want to take the brand. Now, number 6, test with the target audience. This is something I always like to say when we have an older leader or leaders and they are rebranding, and I always like to tell them, number 1, are you willing to go with styles and aesthetics that you don't like to reach those who you're called to reach? Because oftentimes we'll find that the older generation knows, hey, we want to rebrand and it's to reach the younger generation, but they still go with the styles they like. They still go with what they like. You've got to be willing to go with what you don't like to reach those you want to reach. So go directly. If your why is to go reach a younger generation, then go to the younger generation. Go ask them. Get with them. What we like to do is take that and then, have the stakeholders take it out to some of the younger people who are interested in the brand, those you want to reach. Get their feedback. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this logo? What do you think about these colors? Get their buy-in. When they tell you, yes, I love it, and you're hearing that from your target audience and who you want to reach, it seems so simple, but we've seen so many people miss it with their rebrand in this area as they still go with what they like and they don't listen to the target, especially when the main objective is to reach the next generation or to reach those that are younger. Make sure you test with the target audience. Number 7, the last key to a successful rebrand is that launch. When you launch, number 7 is sell the why. So remember, number 2 is the why matters more than anything, because you're starting with all that why. You got to have a small group of decision makers. You start with that why, but you finish with the why. So when you launch the brand, and we've helped so many organizations launch their brand in so many different use cases, when you launch it, come out and you share your mission, you share your why, and you sell the why. That way, everyone who is connected to your brand, they align with those changes. They align with this transformation because they understand the why. And what happens is they embrace it, and now they become your number 1 fans out there sharing and helping with the momentum of rolling out a new brand. So when you step out with a successful rebrand, these are the 7 keys that we found to having a successful rebrand and changing and reaching those that you want to target and your why you're rebranding. Now, if you need help with this process, you're walking through a rebrand, myself and my team, we are experts in this area. We'll walk you through our strategic approach, all of it. And there's a lot more to just these 7 key areas to a successful rebrand. We have an entire strategy and system to walk you through it, each and every process, to see you have a successful rebrand. But either way, if you're stepping on it, remember these 7 keys, and may your rebrand go well.